Are you bored stiff? Does a not too serious B-movie schlock fest about infectious fungus take your fancy for the weekend? I thought that was the case for me, so let me tell you a few of my thoughts on a little movie called Cold Storage.
That's not natural.
Cold Storage follows two warehouse workers bored out of their minds and wanting to do something with their time when working the graveyard shift, and then eventually they stumble upon a small little hidden away government secret in their facility, which obviously for them, very different personalities, both dealing with two different types of personal problems, and then finally getting involved with a government agency commanded by Liam Neeson, who is pretty much the only saving grace for this movie. I've really got not much to say for this movie, because I really wanted to give it some really encouraging thought, considering how well Liam Neeson talked this movie up in a recent interview.
I think overall I thought about, okay, how close are we to this possibly happening in the future, you know what I mean? This microorganism that has mutated from something else, you know? It does give you pause for thought, I think, you know?
I wanted to give the benefit of the doubt with this one. It was cheesy, yes, but there was a lot of things with this movie that it just didn't land for me at all. I was hoping for, like I said at the beginning, a B-movie schlock fest. It was going to be silly, but I was hoping for something like quite smart with its storytelling, considering how it's based around this fungus that could potentially be life-threatening to everybody on Earth. But there wasn't really much to grasp with this movie, so unfortunately I'm just going to have to say there's a lot of things that will make you sit back in your coffin with this one. It's not exactly setting the world on fire, considering not many people are talking about this. Firstly, our main characters. Liam Neeson is only the one that sold me for this movie. Following the recent Naked Gun reboot, it's very telling that more people are going to lean into the serious nature of how Liam Neeson acts for comedic roles, because the only thing funny in this movie is Liam Neeson's character's back pain. That's all I can say. It starts off pretty promising. It starts out in Australia, where they've heard distress calls from a local town that is harboring this crash-landed space shuttle from NASA that housed a particular virus, or a fungus at first, which they thought would be different when it orbited back into Earth, but that's not the case. There's a lot to really go on with this, and you were thinking, could this lead to anything bigger? It doesn't really. As much as the Cold Storage likes to promise something that's going to be very gruesome, and trust me, it does get gruesome, but it's not really something to really latch onto. I'm sorry, there wasn't really anything that stood out in my mind. And Joe Keery and Georgina Campbell's relationship in this movie, it's kind of predictable where it's gonna go, but I felt no chemistry with these two, which is weird, because both of them are very good actors, and yeah, you'd expect like your two main people to have some sort of chemistry with this, but I thought they were just very bland, and the characters didn't really mesh well for me. Other than that, there is a lot of CGI with this movie. Some practical effects and makeup are very good, especially when things start to go down in the underground bunker, which the fungus has been kept for over decades and decades. But there wasn't much for this movie to grab me. It's very much a throwaway movie. You could easily keep this movie on in the background somewhere for like maybe a Halloween party, but it doesn't do well in like the goofiness of the movie. I thought some jokes didn't land at all. Joe Keery's character is meant to be very talkative in this movie, and that could have brought him some like really comedic timing with some of the things, but a lot of that was spoiled in the trailer, especially the deer taking the elevator joke, which was, you know, you could have saved that for the movie, but how else are you going to sell it with just like this very quick premise? So, the events that follow going through with these characters, there's a lot of, like, people coming in, there's a lot of stupidity in this movie, especially when Joe Carey's boss is coming back, doing a dodgy deal with these cold storage units. Now, don't get me wrong, some of them do act stupid on purpose, and some of them you just don't care about. There is not a lot to care about with this movie, and I found the ending for this movie is just kind of cliched. A bit with the ending, which is the big finale before the really cheesy sort of like predictable ending with this. It didn't feel justified. It felt like something should have been like really big happening. There should have been like more aspects of like carnage to this movie. Like I said, the makeup department did a very good job with some of how the fungus takes over a host, especially with like CGI animals that are in this movie for the most part. Just nothing felt justified with this movie. I can't really give a recommendation to see this because it's going to be gone by the time you see this review, but I mean, if you are looking for something that's quite schlocky, not too serious, not too campy as well, it takes a lot. It didn't bore me. That was the main thing. If a movie has to be very terrible, if it's just boring, it'll feel like a drag. This movie does not feel like a drag, which I think is like its saving grace, considering it's like close to 90 minutes, but that 90 minutes felt quick and rushed, and I couldn't find anything. Yeah, again, nothing stuck to me like the fungus in this movie. So it's going to be a very hard pass for me with this movie. Make sure to go see Hoppers if you can, because I feel like that will be worth more of your time than this movie. This could have been like really good on the nose when it comes to like the importance of climate change, the importance of bacteria that we shouldn't be messing with, and the people that just get infected for no flipping reason. So yeah, it kind of misled me a little bit there, but I can't fault that. Liam Neeson did a very good job at selling the movie, but what do you think? Have you seen Cold Storage? Do let me know if you liked it in the comments below. I personally didn't, but I'm not going to discourage anybody who does. I do hope you're not bored stiff now, but come back again another time and we will have another movie ready for you on the coffin table.